Hello again, everyone. This is Gilmer, and this is episode 54 of my Let's Play Field of Glory Empires. I am playing as Rome. We have recently started a new strategy, and one that I think is going to work pretty well with what's going on. If you look at this, what I just did with this is what I'm doing with all of my regions, and the reason is I'm what is called an old aristocratic empire. That means my decadence rating, progress of decadence rating, is not real good compared to the rest of the factions that are still ongoing. And so what happens is you fall into one of three categories. The top category is where you're progressing, and your empire is getting stronger, getting more, you know, advanced and those types of things. Then you have the middle tier where you're basically just treading water, nothing really bad happening, nothing really good happening. Then you have the bottom tier, the bottom third, and when you're in that bottom third, your empire starts to become old and decadent, and it can lead eventually to the complete collapse of your empire. And so for about 10 to 15 turns or so, I've been getting into that lower tier, and this is an indicative of why my description is called Old Aristocratic Empire. It's because I become decadent. And so I'm doing this because this is a strategy to get me out of that, and it's actually working pretty quickly because I'm already in the middle tier. I've dug myself out of my hole of being in the bottom tier. So we're going to keep on doing that. Where did I wanted to put this with an army, and I can't remember which army I wanted to put them with. And I also built those as well. Tell you what, we'll put you with them, and we will put you with them. And so part of the strategy of doing this is it's I wouldn't say it's really treading water in necessarily, but it is pulling back. I'm not attacking the Antigonids anymore. I am actually at peace with the Antigonids, and that is because I've really closed the gap. And if I ever get back to a glorious empire, I'll jump above them pretty significantly, 70 to 80 points of legacy per turn. And so, yeah, then you win the game, hopefully. As long as this empire doesn't overtake everybody. They're coming on. And they're at that level right now. So they still have a ways. They are 13,000 points behind me. That's going to be a pretty long, and I mean I'm still gaining on them as even as we speak. But it's going to be a pretty big obstacle to overcome unless I collapse. If my empire collapses, then all bets are off. There's a good chance I will lose the game, but I don't think that's going to happen at this point. I have several armies that I'm keeping. My gold situation seems to be in hand. My manpower seems to be good. My metal seems to be good. And obviously my legacy points per turn seem to be good. So I'm really just kind of going around. I want to build this before I do my little trick with that. And there are a couple other places too. Just checking on them. That one I was waiting on regional roads, I think. Or maybe, no, I think it was a blacksmith or a furnace. But either way, I was just waiting on them to build something that they were already in the progress of building, and I said, let's just go ahead and let them do that. This, I'm going to do that. As you can see, I'm already building regional roads there. I really like roads. Roads help the mobility of your army in case you're needed in other places, so that, as you can see, possibly this, it's going to take him one turn to go across two regions. That's because there's probably roads in between. Yeah, well, no, not really roads, but it it helps. It helps your movement. Here we go, regional roads. So you don't get that much cost getting out of this region because it has regional roads. So it takes one turn to get there. When you're in undeveloped regions, like let's say I wanted to go this way. Well, see that one. There must be some regional roads in these as well. There are. So let's just say I wanted to go up here somewhere. Well, I can't go up there. Well, that's not really. I don't really have a good example because I think I have some pretty good roads in just about every one of my regions. But it does help. It's just something to remember. That's under pacification. They're still doing pretty good. I've taken everything out of food. I don't really want to grow. I just want to build up my culture. Keep building the culture. Let's see. I didn't do this one. Where is this? Is it this? They look like they're a prime candidate. Yeah, that's why that one's not done. And I am, let's see. They just have cooperation. Illyria. They just have cooperation. They don't have any allies, which is good because I am going to attack them because they are an object. Are they an objective? Well, let's just see. What's our objectives? Objective. Carnia Illyria. Yes, this is an objective. Once I take it, because I am going to attack them, that'll be a progress token that I can take, and plus maybe 2 points in legacy, 1 point for objective, and depending on. Oh yes, see, once I went back to my faction, it shows it as an objective again. So yeah, 2 points because they have over 1,000 in culture. So that's just one more way to kind of catch up on people. I don't really know if there's anything else going on. My money's stable. Overview, modifiers. You can look at the modifiers. I don't have a very good ruler, but he's a good diplomat, and he's a pacifier. But that doesn't help my loyalty. But it does help conversion. But that's about it for him. Nation traits. There we go. Military expertise 4.63. Leader force pool bonus plus 16. Bonus of 25 XPs when a unit is created. Free unit support 10. So 4.63. You want that to be above 4 to get good generals. So let's do a turn. I guess I've been talking for 10 daggum minutes. I apologize. Let's have a turn and see what we can do or what will happen. And just recently, as you can see, I am in the middle tier. I did not move, but I am in the middle tier. It says I'm an old empire, which is not in a very good situation. The Antigonids keep on trucking at Glorious Empire. My gold did go up about 2,000. Now it's at 22.56 per turn. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. The Antigonids are really my chief rival at this point because they are still beating me. But, okay, Rome and Darney have agreed to cooperate. We did that last turn. Rome and Galilee agreed to be allies. We did that last turn. Rome and Emporia agree to cooperate with each other. We did that last turn. Rome and Sardes have signed an alliance treaty. That's them. We did that last turn as well. The Senones are proposing peace. I never really wanted to go to war with them anyway. So let's agree. Rome is now helping the Galilee against the despicable Celtics. Where are the Celtics? It's them. So that's a concern because these guys have been a thorn in my side for a long time. And so I do fully expect them to be trouble. They got a nice little... Let's do this. We're at... that's only 129. I don't know if that's strong enough to take them. I mean, it is double theirs, a little bit more than double. The Boii invaded, and they pillaged. We got a 1-0 general available to us now. Slave markets. I'm doing good on money. I don't really want to sell any. Distribute. Yeah, let's distribute because that just kind of eases, spreads them out so they're not as, affecting just one reason. Justice system, raise loyalty, or quell unrest with various options. Cases and trials. Yeah, I always take that. Some merchants, that is the inflation. It's 433, but since we're making 22.56 per turn, I'm not that worried about that. And from Macedonia, only a blind man would trust you. Only a blind man would trust you, Julius. Sardes will suffer for their error in allying with you. Well, it looks like the Macedonians really don't like me. I wonder why. As I look at the peninsula of Greece, the Greek city-states that used to be here. I wonder why the Macedonians don't like me. The Macedonians are stuck down here. They did keep their Egyptian and African holdings. I don't really need these two there, so let's put them there. I'm still trying to build a tribunal here, so I've got a lot of people in this queue to make that happen. I am going to... I don't know how many turns that stays as an objective, but it's pretty long. It's about 20 turns or so. So I have time to get there with a decent-sized army. Since I'm not at war with the Antigonids, I can take one of these armies out of here. And this seems to be a fairly good one. He's a 2-0. So he'll be good for attacking. Maybe, no, let's actually change it. There's Agrippa. Agrippa seems to be a pretty common name for generals in this game, for Rome. Petronius, yes. So we'll get them over there, and we'll try to get that. And also another objective is Rhodes. So what army would I like to use on them? I don't want to. I don't want to have them sitting in water because the supply of water doesn't work very well, and I don't mean that as a criticism of the game. I think that's probably pretty historic. Um, it's hard to get supplies to your troops on ships, especially when you're at war with somebody. I don't want to have them sitting in water. I, you know. All right, so let's give it a try. He's at 2 turns. And I guess the reason I talk so much at the beginning is I'm kind of explaining what my strategies are, or what was going on in the last episode and things like that. And then at the end of the episode, I usually run 3 or 4 turns pretty quickly because I don't really have as much to talk about at that point. I'm just talking about what has happened with the turn. So as you can see, I'm at -1 here. I did drop, but I'm still optimistic. I'm only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the top tier. We settled peace after a long and arduous negotiations. We are at peace with the Senones. Thank you. Uh, the Celts have sent peace. Yes, I don't want to fight them. What? So now I'm at war with the Cimbri. That's kind of why I don't like being allied with everybody, but we were raided, but we beat the raiders. Um, so they attacked. And they attacked and beat us down some. Our academies and libraries have bright minds, so let's ask these scientists, philosophers, and savants to apply their expertise and observe how our citizens work. They will then report with practical ideas that will help the population be even more productive or imaginative. That's a lot of money, but I am making a lot of money. Let's develop new cultural refinements because that's what I'm working on right now is culture. Let's try that. I've never done that before. Well, actually, I think I have, but I've never really noticed how it helped. Spend money to acquire money, or spend metal to acquire money or manpower. Sell metal. Uh, I mean, I've got plenty of money, but this will kind of offset the 2,500 that I just spent. So, yeah, let's do it. Courthouses and fair justice system is helping Rome. Good. This is the inflation event. Some of our citizens with a taste for exoticism have acquired rare slaves from the black market of Laconia. That's just I don't know if that is actually gives us any kind of modifiers or anything. Antigonids, you were right to deal with the Senones, but we need their cities and fortresses for when we all face a greater foe, Julius. What greater foe? Parthia? I mean, they're Parthia's doing some damage to you. They're not doing ain't much damage to me. But they are getting pretty damn big. $103. So as you can see, I'm actually making more legacy per turn than the Antigonids again. And I'm not even taking their stuff from them. So that's helping. That's going to help work us out to where we want to get to. Did we build something over here? We're trying to build this tribunal, so we're not going to play around with them yet because that's part of the Epirus province, so I'm not going to mess with them yet. This one's got one more turn. We'll let them do what they got to do. We can move that. We can move that. Yeah. And we got this guy. I don't like that he's going to be sitting in water right here for one turn, but there's not much you can do about that at this point. 2385, not too shabby. What is he doing? Okay. I'm going to attach him to somebody. I just can't remember who. So things are looking pretty stable. Their loyalty's 77. Their loyalty's 44. Their loyalty is 40. And their loyalty is 27. So let's just their loyalty is 50. I'm going to keep him in this region, and I might pump some of these into agriculture so they don't starve. But that's the only reason. I don't want to get too crazy. That's got one more turn. Good enough. Oh, this one has an amphitheater that I was building. Well, we'll leave them in there. And we'll leave these guys in here and we'll build that out too. All right. Another turn. Another turn. The good thing about the Rome or the peninsula of Italy is I'm able to move pretty quickly through there because I have paved roads and good roads in the peninsula of Rome, or it's Italy. We settled peace with the Celts. Good. We never really wanted to fight them to begin with. Rome is now fighting alongside the Iberia against the bellicose Gaetuli. I don't really care to fight the Gaetuli. Being badly maintained and decrepit, furnace in Iazygia has been destroyed. Well, that's a shame. We were invaded, but we won. We were invaded, but we won. We were invaded, but we won. Oh, we get a 1-2 general now. So we're getting more 2 ratings. I like it. Slave markets buy or sell or display slaves. We just did that, so I'm not doing that again. Inflation event, black market event, and from the Antigonids. You have a reputation for clemency, Julius. Now is the time to spare the Celts from your anger. Well, I just did that. I didn't even want to be at war with them. I wasn't even attacking them. I didn't even attack them one time in that situation. Okay, so this is Epirus. This is Epirus. So I'm going to leave those guys there. This was just built. And then I got 7 more turns for that. So I'm keeping an eye on them. Yeah, see, he's sitting in water right there. I don't really like that much. But what are you going to do? Sometimes you have to do it. Plus 12. They eat 18. See, I'm going to have to do some of this. I don't know. Plus 31. I'm eating 18, so that's maybe we'll take one more. We'll take another. So that way I'll make sure that they don't starve. Forage value 8, food usage 17, plus 5. Let's see. We'll do that as well. Yeah, whatever. We're still beating the Antigonids in legacy per turn. We're 4 points ahead of them. I think that's because the Parthians are taking a lot of their crap. I really do. I think the Parthians are crushing the Antigonids. I helped because I kind of took a lot of the Antigonids' best provinces away from them. So, that's what I wanted to do. Am I an ally? No, I'm just neutral. I don't have a fleet. Who are they? Are they allied to anybody? No. Okay. I'm going to put them in this water just outside of Rhodes. Am I an ally with them? No, we're neutral. And this army's coming up here. Yeah, that's good. Let's do one more turn. This episode's running about 28, 29 minutes. As you can see, it's turn 224. We started doing our culture renaissance at turn 218. So at 268 is when we should see the biggest benefits, hopefully. We -1. I don't like that, but it's not going to be perfect. Hopefully in 50 turns it'll be a lot better. Yes, I never wanted to be at war with you anyway. We were raided, but we beat the invaders. 1-1 general has retired. Spend metal to acquire money or manpower. I just did that a little while ago. I'm not going to do it again. Epidemic in Laconia. Population decrease there. Another disease hit Tiberius. Decreased population. Inflation event. And they demolished the local palace. And we have an uprising. Oh, and I don't have a general for this guy. Let's give him a 2-0. And we'll just march right on in there. What are you doing? You don't have a general either. Let's give you Bibulus. Never heard of that name before. Wonder if it's related to the Bible. Okay, so there. Let's go to war. And this guy is finally. Let's have a march. We'll pull him back. Once we get up here, we will attack Illyria because they have an objective for us. And that's also why we are declaring war on Rhodes. Though I really don't like. I should have done this as the previous turn. Because they're. Maybe we'll be okay for one more turn. It's harsh weather. Oh, man. This is exactly. Oh, yeah, this is, I'm not going to watch this battle. We got destroyed. That's exactly what I was hoping would not happen. That's not good. -2. That is not good. I was hoping I didn't see that they had I didn't see that they had a navy. But I guess I shouldn't have assumed. So now I'm going to have to. We'll see. Let's, yes. Okay. These guys are all declaring war on Rhodes because they're allies of mine. Damn. Don't really care about that. We were invaded, but we beat them. 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 We got a 0-1 general ready and waiting for us. Well, you'll never be used. Regions will reshuffle some of their building with emphasis on. I can't do that yet because I don't have an academy. I don't know. Merchants and partitions. No, I don't want to do that. Inflation. The black market event, I don't know if that means anything. If you destroy Rhodes, you will have the praise of generations to come, Julius. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Not that I needed your approval, but thank you anyway. So, anyway, I guess this is going to be the end of episode 54. Thank you very much for watching. And I'm hoping that my army here doesn't get completely annihilated. They're already beat up pretty bad. But I don't think they have a very big army. I see an army of 12. Hopefully that'll work out. If not, we'll rethink our priorities and also we'll build a navy. The navy that we had was a decent navy. We had a pretty good sized navy at one point with a lot of Corvus warships. And when we were fighting the Antigonids, they had this massive navy that destroyed, well, they didn't destroy it, but they probably destroyed about 70% of my ships in that fleet. And then the rest of it was lost when I think it was in this port. The Antigonids took that port, and because they were in port, I guess the game decides that they're not smart enough to leave port when they're being attacked by land. So we lost that navy. But we will build another navy, and it will be glorious. So anyway, see you next time. Thanks for watching.